Hi guys, welcome to the first in my new video series which I am lovingly calling Operation Destiny. I am no longer, until May, maybe just before that, but May definitely, I'm not going to be making any more Destiny 2 gameplay. We're going to be speaking about Destiny 2 consistently. Every video is going to be about Destiny 2. I'm just doing Destiny 1 gameplay. It's a labour of love. Got a bit of downtime on the content. I figure now's the time to do it. I've always wanted to do this. I have been asked by some people on the channel to do it, and I know there's people who have subscribed to the channel that have never played Destiny 1, so this will be quite interesting, I think, for some people. I hope you guys support me in this the same way I'm trying to support the Destiny community by still doing Destiny content. I'll always do Destiny content. So I hope you guys appreciate it and show it as much support and love as you have everything I've put on the channel so far. The reason I've decided to do this, and this is just an introduction to the series is going to be, we're going to break it up into sections. This is the introduction, then we'll have stuff like Crucible, Nightfall, Strikes, Raids, Collectibles, Weapons, all those types of things, and we'll be speaking about how Destiny 2's done it. Not how Destiny 1's done it, how Destiny 2's done it. And is it a success? How does it move forward? Blah, blah, blah. So in this introduction, I want to speak about a few things. Firstly, I think Destiny 2 isn't. I think it's your point of view. I don't think Destiny 2 is a failure. I don't think it's a horrible mess the way people say. I think the agenda that was set for Destiny 2 to start with, the game that it was always supposed to be, is a success. Play it for a couple of days a week, go and play other games, come back on a Tuesday and do it all again. That's how Bungie envisaged us playing this game. Grossly naive, yes. Unrealistic, definitely. But if you play it like that, you've still got stuff to do now. A friend of mine plays 2 days a week because he works all week, and he still doesn't have a chest plate for his hunter. He still doesn't have all the exotics. He's still enjoying playing it. The collections based thing was also way off the mark. I thought it would be weapons, exotics. I thought there'd be real stuff to go and collect, and there is. But at the expense of the stuff that we had in Destiny 1. I mean, there is ghosts, emotes, ships, sparrows, emblems, full armor sets. Then it's weapons. Any vendor that sells stuff, that sells armor, sells a full set of armor. Some of them even got the ornament sets underneath, and then one rotating weapon. Because weapons, I don't believe, have been a main factor within Destiny, which is insane that should be the case. And the fact that so many of them aren't efficient enough to be considered is maybe not proof, but more weight to the argument. The player retention is something that Bungie said themselves, that what I said about the go, play it for a couple of days, go away, play other games, and come back. That's a Bungie quote. Bungie said that, which is why about a month later they released in This Week at Bungie how they were so surprised that so many people had hit max light so quickly. Because that's the way we play the game. We live in this game. This is a game that when you get into a game like this, the way Destiny 1 was, you live in it. You just can't wait to get back into it. Destiny 2 doesn't have that. Destiny 1 was just a very adventurous, exciting, mystical world. Destiny 2 feels very rigid, and I'm going to be honest now, laborious. It feels like it's a task doing stuff, quite simply because Destiny 2 has improved on Destiny 1 in quite a few areas, and as we go through the video series, it'll become hopefully aware to you guys that I do believe that, and hopefully I'll prove that. But what it hasn't failed, what it's failed in a broad spectrum, is it's made the activities secondary to the rewards. So when I do Crucible, I don't see it as, I don't really care about my efficiency because it doesn't tell me what my KD is, and we'll speak about that in the Crucible video. But I see it as 20 or 30% of my Call to Arms bounty. When I do flashpoints or I do public events, I see it as 10-20% of my flashpoint milestone. Once I know my milestones are done, I have no character progression after that, really. There's no meaningful progression after that, so I have to leave. Then on top of all those type of things, so after you've done, the milestones are your way to move forward. The only meaningful content in the game is doing these milestones. And the activities that finish your milestones are secondary to the actual milestone. Then the fact that our characters don't feel very strong. We'll speak about that with Strikes. I'm going to include that in Strikes, I think. We asked for a lot of this. We asked for Why can't we have exotic ships, sparrows, ghosts? There's only one set of exotic emblems in the game, which is the Trails of Osiris. Uh, there's no primary gun battles. There's no primary battles in Crucible. It's all shotgun, sniper, sidearms, get a life, and all blah blah blah. It just seems like there has been no happy medium. It's just been overkill. There was I read an article that said that Bungie, when they hear about problems, they don't fix them. They try and intelligently find a way to fix everything around it, hoping that will fix the problem. The changes that have been announced for Crucible in the end of this month, that definitely feels like that to me. They acknowledged that time to kill was the major issue, but fixed everything around it and changed some things, hoping that that would fix the problem, without admitting they can't change time to kill just yet. If they'd have said that, people might have left the game, but you know, what's the point in staying if they can't make the change we want? And they've acknowledged that's the change they want, but it's because I believe it's so tightly wound into the you know, the whole game operates on quite a lot of principles, I believe. And if you start changing those principles, you stand a risk of destabilizing the game, but also making content that's built to play a certain way irrelevant, therefore damaging your product even more than it already is. I mean, let's be honest, there aren't exactly millions of people logging in every day anymore. So I don't believe they want to alienate the people that are still here. They want to improve the game. The improvements and the changes that are coming will give us things to take our focus off the issues. But meaningful change, I cannot see how that will come till September. But trust me, it can come. There is no doubt in my mind that this can all be turned round, quite simply because Bungie set us on a path. They had a way that they wanted us to play this game that wasn't correct. It wasn't right. Now that they know it's not right, they have a new direction to go in. And if they're as successful in the new direction as they were in this direction, now, before I get any hate comments saying, how can you say this game was successful? It's successfully done what Bungie wanted it to do. It was a collections-based game that was built for players of all different types of skill levels to be equal. The content was based on player retention, so you weren't supposed to live in the game. You're supposed to do it sporadically, and you know, it would hopefully, with the reset and stuff, have people coming back every Tuesday to get their next set of stuff. It's done that very successfully if that's the way you've played it. If you haven't played it like that, there's no content, you're dried up, it's a boring game. Now that they know that the majority of players think like that, you can expect Year 2 to have the same impact as the Taken King did on the vanilla Destiny, or the Rise of Iron on top of the Taken King. They sustained the Halo series for 5 games. ODST is a game, even if you think it's just a glorified DLC for Halo 3. And it's is what it is because they wanted to get out of the five game contract with Microsoft to focus on Destiny. So they made ODST from start to finish, from conception to shipping, in 12 months. That's pretty good, you know. So it's, you know, that's in the Bungie documentary that you can watch on YouTube. It's very good. So yeah, they sustained that over a five game series, and Reach was was probably my favorite game in the whole. I missed the whole Halo thing. I never played 1 or 2. I come in pretty late to 3 and got Reach. I got ODST and Reach, and I enjoyed ODST for what it was, but Reach was a phenomenal game. And then they made Destiny, and it just seems like everybody's already writing Bungie's obituary because of Destiny 2, completely forgetting what they've done for the previous 6 games. You know, and expansions for Destiny 1. They can definitely change it, because now they've got a direction to go in, and like I've already said, and like I will repeat, the direction they took Destiny in is quite successful if it's played that way. And if you look at it that way, there are lots of players who will watch this video thinking, I don't know what the process, I love Destiny. So I think if they commit to a different direction, they'll make just as much of a success of that as they have this. And hopefully it'll be a direction we all want them to go in. That's the real issue. That's the real question. I have faith. I have hope. I trust, because I've seen the content they have produced and it's always hit the mark for me. So I trust that this game can come back with the wonder, excitement, and adventure that Destiny 1 had and still has for me. The last kind of thing I want to speak about, and I have touched upon it a little bit, and I'm going to be honest, most of what I say in my videos is unscripted. I have thought whether I should talk about this, and I'm off on the spur of the moment. I'm gonna, because it's really irritated me. I'm going to speak a bit about this at the end of this video. Content creators that have left Destiny 2. I understand why people have jumped ship. I understand that the content isn't engaging enough, because I've done it, but I'm still supporting this community. What I don't understand is players who have built their channels on the back of Destiny, on the back of Bungie, who now aren't there for the game when the game needs them. Now, yes, you can go away and do Fortnite, you can go away and do Monster Hunter. There's nothing to say you can't still support this game. This game needs its biggest names to rally for this game. And with the exception of maybe a handful of recognised content creators, everybody else has bailed. They didn't just bail on the game, they bailed on its viewership. I didn't expect anything. I've doubled that with very little content, to be fair, because Destiny 2 hasn't excited me enough to make tons and tons of content for it. You guys are the guys that keep me making this content, because it's not about the game, it's about you guys. If you guys in the comments said to me, can you start doing Fortnite, I probably would answer with an answer you might not like, because I'm a Destiny player. You came to the channel to watch Destiny. If you wanted me to try something else, I'd give it a go, if enough people wanted me to, but I'd never stop supporting this game. So when I see these players saying this game, it's no good for my channel to support this death of a game, and the game's dead, really angers me, because they weren't saying that when they were getting their YouTube checks through the post based on this game, because this game gave them the platform to become who they've become. So I just hope that you guys know your worth and remember the guys that bailed on you when you were still watching them, the guys that bailed on you. Have a bit of pride within yourselves, and you know, when this game returns, so will the players coming in looking for their paychecks. And that's all it is. It's viewership. It's not loyalty, it's just viewership, getting the most views. And I hope you guys remember that. And part of me hopes you do remember the guys that stuck with you. Not just me, your Esoterics, your Bifes, your Messer Seans, you know, Glad, Modern Tryhard, Indica. The guys that stuck with this game. I hope you guys remember them when the rest of them come back looking for money. Because that's what at the end, that's what it boils down to. I never done this to make money. If I did make money, I don't know, because I've never even thought about making money, because anybody that knows me knows money means absolutely nothing to me. It's things. If I've got what I need, money's not a big issue to me. So you guys are the reason I do this, and I hope you guys will support this video series. I'm making this for you guys as much as I am for me. So that is the end of the video. I've always enjoyed speaking to you guys. I hope you'll follow the rest of the video series, and until the next video, guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.